Yo, what is going on, guys? Uplift Cosmic here. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. So I just got back from seeing Across the Spider-Verse, and my first initial thoughts is, dang, you'll know what I mean when you watch the movie. Um, but first off, I really enjoyed the movie. So I was thinking in the car ride home, I was just gonna make a review when I was driving home, but I wanted to collect my thoughts to make sure I had everything I wanted to say. So first things first is it a good movie? 100% yes. Now my only downside is like it's not really a spoiler because it's there's another part coming out, but the movie ends off kind of just drops off. Not really, like there's a build up, but like it just kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger pretty much, right? So it's really hard for me to like kind of rank this movie particularly because it's supposed to be a two-part, it's like one big thing, you know what I mean? So it's really hard for me to rank the movie itself, but I really like it. So that's all I can say in that regard. But so first off, animation great, of course, maybe even better than the first one. So really enjoyed that. I almost fell over. Forgive me. um, what was I gonna say? Animation is really great. The soundtrack was good. I think it could have been a little bit better. I'm not really judging for the soundtrack, but I'm just saying I think Into the Spider Verse was really great soundtrack. I feel like it had perfect scenery and all that good stuff for it too. Not really a critique by any means. What else? So Miles' new suit on a side note, I really like it. It actually grew on me quite a bit. I didn't like it as much at first when I saw it. I'm like, I don't really care for this. What if I just put you down and talk to you from up here? Anyways, don't. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to scare you guys away already. Other than that, though, what else can I talk about? Of course, there's a lot. I'm not trying to get into spoilery topics because it's not a spoiler review. So Miles is great. Gwen definitely got more of a story here, and I think they definitely needed to. Not that she was really underdeveloped per se, but it definitely helped her character kind of progress. You know what I mean? So every character had a lot more shining moments in this. All of Miles's family had some shining moments. Gwen's family was even talked about. So that was pretty cool. All the old what was I gonna say? Not old Spider-Man. I'm thinking like meaning the Peter Parker comes back, of course, and he's great. He's not really a prominent role per se. He is, but he's not. You know what I mean? He is in the story of driving the plot, but not so much as like a central character, if that makes sense. Definitely a great character. Speaking of other characters, there are some cameos in this that one really I did not expect at all. It's the first cameo they do, and I didn't expect it at all. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. Um, no, I can't really talk about anything because I'll get into spoiler topics. I will say there's this one scene, well, kind of big explanation scene is all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna say canon scene. That's all. You'll know what I mean. There's this canon scene, and it shows some things, and I'm like, huh. So it had me getting some ideas in my head as I was watching, and I'm like, okay, this might happen to this. This could happen in the next one. I was trying to piece the puzzle together slowly, but when they were explaining the canon event, the canon sequence, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I like the way they're explaining that. But yeah, so it's a really, really simple story on paper, same with the first one was as well. But I really enjoyed it. I will say I feel like there was a bit of a slower moments, but not to say they were bad, just slower compared to like the first one. Because I feel like in this one, it's more of a build up, because they're really building up to the Beyond the Spider-Verse, of course. Um, so I completely get that. So I would say I do like the first one better because it's definitely its own thing, Maybe when Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out, I can rank these two as one big film, and that way I can kind of see the whole story kind of come to the forefront. So I'm probably gonna give this movie like an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's so hard to really judge this movie because it ends off on a cliffhanger, like I said. So it's super hard. I'd say anywhere from 8 to 9 I think is good. I think 10s are really high. I think I've only given 10s to certain movies. Into the Spider-Verse is one of them. Yeah, that's probably one of the only Spider movie I really gave a 10 out of 10. Spider-Man 2 is fantastic. You guys know I love that movie, but I don't even know if it's a 10 out of 10 for me. So, I don't know. It's hard. But regardless, though, I really enjoyed the movie. I don't know what else to say without getting into spoilery topics, and I don't want to do that. So, go out and see it, yes, but just be aware that it is a 2-part series. So you might not get everything you want this time, but just imagine whenever next year, when the year after, whatever the Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out, we'll have all the concluding thoughts at the end of the day. So regardless, I'm really excited. I think they're doing a great job. I can't remember the directors' names, but they're doing a great job. They really know what they're doing. There is fan service. Like I said, there's some cameos and fan service and whatnot. But the first cameo is all I'm going to say. That really, when there's this person like locked away, I should say, you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. I'm like, oh, like it just, I'm like, oh, okay. That's interesting. But I like that because it took me a minute to process what I was looking at. I'm like, wait a minute. But then I'm like, oh, that's right. So you'll know what I'm saying when you see the movie, guys. But definitely go check it out. My hair looks like a horrible, by the way. Why didn't you all tell me? But anyways, look at my Venom shirt. What do you think? And yes, there's clothes on my bed. Leave me alone, guys. I haven't did it yet. Regardless, though, guys, I hope you guys go out and see it for sure. Give it some support. I'm just excited for the bigger picture at the end of the day. I'll definitely buy it on 4K, so if that's any indication of if I like the movie and all that. So there you go. I will definitely do that. I'm excited to see where this movie will go. Like, I'm trying to really think in my head, guys. Like, where would I rank this as of right now? Like, it's really hard because, I will say, there's not as many action scenes. There's one big action scene, and there's, like, little touches of other ones, you know what I mean? So I will say that's one thing I wish there was a little bit more of. But like I said earlier, it's more like, what am I looking for? Emotional buildup is a better way to put it, so it's just fine. But yeah, I enjoyed it, guys. It was good. I would probably, it's really hard to say right now. I think it's so hard to say my favorite Spider-Man movie because I always flip them around, honestly. I would say, I think Into the Spider-Verse is honestly my favorite Spider-Man movie because it does everything so well. And Into the Spider-Verse is probably my favorite. Then I would say, this is where it gets tricky. This is where I flip everything around all the time. I'm going to say, here's what I always tell people. I enjoy Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire more than Spider-Man 2, but I think fundamentally, Spider-Man 2 was a better film. So take that how you will, but I don't know how to rank those. And then after that, I would probably say Across the Spider-Verse, maybe. But I don't know. It's so hard to say, guys. I don't know. It's a good film regardless. That's all I can think right now. So anyways, though, guys, I'm going to shut up and just kind of end the video here because I don't want to keep rambling on. But definitely go check the film out. Give it some support. And yeah, guys, take care and peace out.